Hey there YouTube, it's Ashley Catalina here, and welcome back to my channel. So, lots and lots of stuff has been happening lately, and today you are going to get filled in on all the information. So, one thing is that yes, I'm still in college, I'm taking a summer class, and it seems really interesting so far, and I really like it. So, that's a wonderful thing, okay? The next thing that I'm going to talk about is something that is going to affect the future of this channel. I got a Kindle, okay? And I absolutely love this thing. Like, I love books, I'm a huge book nerd, and so just be prepared for some future book review videos because I think I'm going to comment on different books that I read and give my own opinions on some of those books. And I think that will be a really fun new, I guess, sub-channel on my YouTube channel? I don't know, but right now I'm currently reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, the book series. I'm on the second book, and once that's done, I'm definitely going to be doing a compare and contrast between the first book and the second book, and my thoughts on it, so stay tuned for that. So a recent hobby of mine that is something that I've always wanted to do ever since I discovered them is collecting Reborn baby dolls. And these are things I'm going to be talking about primarily in this video. So I hope that you enjoy learning about them. This is Isabella. She's my cuddle baby from A Given's Babies. Her sculpt is by Pat Seacrest. She has beautiful blue eyes and hand-painted hair, and she's weighted. She's 5 pounds, 2 ounces, and I absolutely love her, okay? So, one of the things that is a misconception about Reborn baby dolls is a lot of people think that, like, they're really weird. Like, you're an adult. Why are you collecting baby dolls? Do you think you're a kid? Like, what's the deal? Well, in this case, especially in Isabella's case, it's kind of like a comfort thing. These sorts of dolls are used to help people with dementia, Alzheimer's, PTSD, anxiety, depression, and all different other sorts of mental health issues. You know how weighted blankets can comfort people, right? Or different types of aromatherapy, different scents. Well, that's kind of what this is like. There's something therapeutic and something very comforting about holding a baby, and especially one that feels and looks real in your arms. Plus, with Reborn dolls, you can dress them up. And I just love dressing her up because she's great. I love posing her and taking fun pictures of her. She also takes a magnetic pacifier, and I got her from reborns.com, which is not a scam website, by the way. And I absolutely love her. Now I'm going to introduce you to some of my other babies. Wrapped up in this precious little blanket and this teeny tiny little face is Jane. Jane is a doll that my mother gave me. She's from Ashton Drake. She's a baby monkey. She doesn't have a tail, so I consider her a baby bonobo, which is like, it's a kind of, it's related to a chimpanzee. And I think she's really cute. She has this little pacifier that comes in and out of her mouth. She smells like baby powder, which is awesome. Now, here's the thing. She's also like really posable, which I love that, especially it's really fun to take pictures of her. She's preemie sized. Now, here's the thing. When my mom gave me this doll, I did not expect it to go anywhere, okay? I just expected it to be like, okay, yeah, I'll take care of this doll for you. She's really cute. She's a baby bonobo or chimpanzee. And she's weighted, and I just thought, you know, cute little baby, I'll take care of it for you. Well, then it kind of escalated because it got me back into thinking about my obsession that I had a few years ago about Reborn baby dolls, and I've always wanted one. I had looked when I was younger, I had looked at Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries, and I had looked online, to see some of these really adorable, realistic looking dolls. And I was amazed by how beautiful they looked, how real they looked. There's also fantasy Reborn dolls, like you can find baby vampires, baby aliens. I really want to get a baby alien, by the way. Baby werewolves, baby mermaids. There's all sorts of Reborn baby dolls out there, okay? And a lot of these dolls are collectibles, but they're also used for therapeutic reasons. So this little girl, Janie, is from Ashton Drake, and I love her so much. My mom gave her to me, and I don't know, ever since I got her, I was just like, you know what, I really like this doll, I love holding her. It's very comforting when I hold this doll, and I like dressing her up. So I was like, I wonder what it would be like if I had a real Reborn baby, or another baby. Well, that's what we're gonna continue. So this past semester has been one of the most difficult semesters in college for me. A lot of my friends weren't on campus. It was difficult to get out. It was difficult to try to deal with the whole COVID situation. I even got my COVID shot. And it was really different. It was kind of lonely. My mental health was starting to decline. And then randomly, one day, I got an email saying that I had mail. And I went and looked, and I was like, this is kind of a weird, heavy package. And sure enough, I had gotten an Ashton Drake baby. She was on sale, or this baby was on sale when I got this doll. And I really wanted a doll that was weighted as well. This doll is almost 3 pounds. It also takes a magnetic pacifier. Originally, this doll's name was Nina. This is the Wishes and Dreams Paradise Galleries doll. But I'm starting to think that I like this doll dressed up better as a boy, and I really want a boy doll, so I'm probably going to turn her into a him. I'm still thinking of names at the moment, but once I held this doll, and I was able to just dress this doll up and look at all the amazing details, I thought, oh my god, this is a dream. I love this doll, and the obsession kind of started up again. So for a while I was like, I'm perfectly fine with this doll and the monkey baby. I don't need any more dolls. I don't need any more. I'm good. I'm a doll. Why do I need all these dolls, right? Well, they serve different purposes. For example, Janie is really fun to dress up, and I like monkeys, and I like chimpanzees and bonobos, and she's really small, and she's so much fun to hold and cuddle. This little guy, it's also super fun to cuddle. He's a sleeping baby, takes a magnetic pacifier, and can wear newborn to 3-month size clothing. And the details on the hands and the legs and the feet on this doll is just amazing, okay? I kind of fell in love. And whenever I was upset or stressed and I just needed something to hold, I held this baby until I could come home and see Jane as well. Well then, about a month ago, my birthday came along, and I was looking around for a baby that I could cuddle, a baby that was soft, and a baby that would help me with my anxiety, and also a baby I can afford. Because here's the thing about Reborn baby dolls, guys. If you are new to this hobby, you should know that you're probably not going to get a Reborn baby doll any cheaper than about $200. That's literally about the cheapest they're going to be. They're an investment. They're expensive. They're not cheap. They're handmade, usually one-of-a-kind dolls that artists spend hours making. And even though Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries, even though they are factory-produced dolls, they are their own company, and they're hand-painted, and they're not all exactly the same. Like, I could get 2 of this same kind of doll, and they're not going to look exactly the same. Plus, not only that, but they only make a certain number of these dolls, okay? So once they're all sold out, they're gone. I was looking around at different sites, I was doing a lot of research about Reborns, and I was thinking, maybe this is a bit too expensive for me. Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries are both perfect doll websites to start if you are curious about the Reborn baby doll hobby, if you're curious about to see maybe if you actually really like these dolls, because if you decide you don't want them anymore, if you decide that they're not as therapeutic to you as you thought, or if you just don't hold them or whatever, you can always sell them and get your money back, right? These dolls usually tend to be between $60 and $200 at the most. Usually it's around the $100 range, okay? And usually they're weighted. You can decide between different types of vinyl, which is the kind of material that they're made out of. Well, I was looking around online and I heard about Reborn baby doll scams. I am going to provide a list of some scam websites that you want to be careful of, because people have ordered some of these dolls and they are not what they wanted. A lot of the times they are stolen sculpts. So artists who make these dolls spend a lot of their time looking at pictures of babies, and they sculpt these beautiful molds of faces, feet, hands, and they try to get the most realistic kind of mold possible. I don't know if you've ever done carving or ceramics, but that's what I think of when I think about this, because I used to do if you've ever done printing, like wood block printing or linoleum block printing, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. You have to carve it in, and you paint over that, and then you put it flat on the paper, and then your image is what you see, okay? I will insert some pictures of some wood block paintings. But anyways, I'm digressing just a little bit, so forgive me. These artists will spend a lot of time carving out these realistic looking molds of babies, okay? And they get very detailed. Some get so detailed that they will carve specific folds in the skin, or where the fingernails are, where your knuckles are, or the different, if the baby's smiling, the different folds in the baby's face, or the different folds in the nose, or the folds of the eyelids. To the untrained eye, that might seem kind of weird to notice and something maybe a little bit weird to like, but it's actually really interesting because they're making dolls, they're spending so much time putting in so much detail. That's what's fascinating. And then you have some of those people will also paint those dolls, or you'll have other painters who will paint the hair, or they'll root the hair, or the eyes, and the different blushing on the hands and feet. So, for example, Janie here, on her feet, I don't know if you can see, but she has some very nice blushing on her feet. Her toes, her legs are nice, squishy and soft, because that's one of Ashton Drake's categories. Her hands have some really nice blushing as well. And they're hand weighted. These people sew these dolls together. They take the time to buy all the paint and the supplies. They spend hours and hours and hours painting these dolls and molding these dolls, gluing and rooting eyelashes on, all these different things. It's definitely not easy at all. And that's another reason why people will collect Reborn baby dolls, is because they appreciate the artistry of it. So I got her from A. Gibbons Babies, who took the time to paint her and give her the beautiful blue glass eyes that she has, and to put a magnet in her head, so that way she can take a magnetic pacifier as well as weight her. She's actually a cuddle baby, so rather than having vinyl arms and limbs, her whole body is completely cloth. Only her head is what's vinyl. But the thing about cuddle babies that I love, which I will probably do a separate whole video on cuddle babies, artists spend so much detail on the faces of these babies. Like, they spend hours painting these faces to get them even more realistic. This little one is exactly what I was wanting, because if I was going to start with Reborn babies, I wanted to start with Paradise Galleries and Ashton Drake, and then I wanted to work my way up to a cuddle baby. A cuddle baby because cuddle babies usually tend to be weighted more, and they're softer, and the reason I picked her out was because she has hand-painted eyelashes, eyebrows, and hair, and that's a little bit easier to maintain than glued on or rooted mohair, because it's easier to get hats and headbands on and off her head, rather than when you take it off and you have to deal with the hair flying everywhere, and having to pat it back down to make sure it doesn't come out. And I wanted to see how I felt with her. And like always, if you decide to get a Reborn baby and you decide that they're just not really your thing anymore, or you can't really afford to have them, or they're just not, or you just maybe outgrown them because they would help you through like loss or through therapy or whatever, you can always sell them and get your money back. There are tons and tons of places where you can buy used Reborn baby dolls. You can look on Etsy, you can look in Facebook groups. Just be careful of some scammers. There are lots of artists as well who sell on Instagram. Reborns.com, once again, is not a scam website. It's actually a wonderful website where you can put in a price range and you can find one-of-a-kind hand-sculpted babies, and painted babies. And the artist of this doll, Giving the Babies, was just wonderful, okay? Just absolutely wonderful. I messaged her. She let me know as soon as the package was shipped. She even sent some extras when I got the box. Extra diapers, extra outfits. It was the cutest thing. And I know that a lot of people love getting box openings, is what they're called, when you have a bunch of little extras in the baby doll that you got. So I would say cuddle babies are great starter dolls, as well as dolls from Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries. One of my pet peeves, though, is when I see all these scam companies and scam artists trying to take sculpts and sell them online. For example, you can search in Reborn baby dolls on Amazon, okay? What pops up are not Reborn baby dolls. Reborn baby dolls are hand-painted, sculpted, and there's only a limited amount of them, right? I've noticed on Amazon there are some fake Bountiful baby kits. There's like the fake Saskia kit, which I'll show a picture of here. There's just a whole bunch of fake dolls, and what they do is they've stolen these molds from the artist, so the artist isn't getting the money for these babies. These babies that come usually aren't weighted. Sometimes they're made of toxic materials. Not all of them, sometimes they are. Sometimes people take those fake babies and reborn them, and they like put new bodies on them, they weight them, which is fine. I don't really see much wrong with that, as long as you are aware that this is a scam baby. But it's kind of sad this is happening, because then the real artists aren't getting their money, and the people will spend lots of money, and sometimes they don't get the doll that they ordered, or they don't get their doll until months later, or the doll just never arrives. Yeah, there's been cases of that happening too. There's a lot of weird stuff that'll pop up that you think might be a too good to be true sale. Like, ooh, you can get these two twins for $60 from Pearl Go Buy or reborndollshop.com or something, whatever it is. People have ordered from these sites, and usually what they've gotten is not what they've ordered. So just be aware of that, just be careful. Another thing is, people don't like to spend a lot of money, especially if they're starting out and they don't know for sure whether they're actually going to like Reborn baby dolls or not. This is why I suggest going to Paradise Galleries or Ashton Drake. These are fairly affordable dolls. They're usually around $100. Not the cheapest, but they're quality dolls, okay? And there's all sorts of different ones you can choose from that you like. You can go to Reborn.com. You can go to eBay. You can find Facebook groups. You can go to all these different people who are selling used baby dolls. These dolls are used in therapy. These kinds of dolls are used to help all sorts of people with mental illness. They're used to help people who maybe have lost a child, have miscarried, have infertility issues, people who can't adopt a kid for whatever reason. Maybe they're for people who just don't want kids and they just want babies and they're one and done, you know? For me, I've always liked dolls ever since I was a kid. I used to collect American Girl dolls. And I loved dressing them up, I loved posing them, I loved playing with them and creating little stories and scenarios in my head. I also like Barbie dolls as well. And just seeing the realism of these kind of dolls and the weight and the comfort that this provides has actually helped me a lot with my own mental illnesses and my anxiety. These are investments, and they're things that you should treasure and love. Because they are something that you have to invest in. They're not going to be cheap. If it seems too cheap, it might be a little too good to be true. Now, you might get lucky, and you might get somebody who will sell you a doll at a pretty reasonable and lower price. But once again, you have to communicate with the sellers. And not only that, if it seems too good to be true, it might be a little bit too good to be true. So just be a little bit careful. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you are looking forward to whatever updates I will be having on this channel. If you have any questions, any book recommendations, any other things that you would like me to talk about, especially in relation to reborn babies, please, please, please let me know, and I will consider making videos on those. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace, love, and harmony, guys. Bye.